Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. Today I want to talk to you guys about my red barrel cactus. This cactus is native to Nevada. So my goal for today is to remove all the pups that are down in the pot and give them their own little pots. And she has quite a few pups growing on her as well. And I heard that this could mean that her root system might be going out. She is about 10 to 15 years old. I'm not quite sure. But she has some blooms here on the top, and I'm really excited to show you guys. I'll insert a picture here so you can see. It's so beautiful, and she usually blooms from spring till the whole summer. So you guys, let's get started on this. Look at all those pups. So I wasn't quite prepared with actual pots for these guys. So last week we had ladybugs in our yard and I saved these containers. So all I'm going to do is poke some holes in the containers and use that to plant my little cactus babies. And you know, some of these little cactuses, they don't look super healthy on the very bottom where their roots are. So I was thinking I'm gonna just put them in these containers, and if they don't make it, I can just toss them out. If they do make it, I will go ahead and purchase some terracotta pots, or maybe a large terracotta pot where I can put them together, or maybe just have them separate and give them as gifts. But I just thought it would be a lot more easier if I just use what I had on hand, and the ones that do survive and make it, I will go ahead and pot them into something more permanent. And for my potting mix, I'm just going to be using a cactus mix that I bought from my store Lowe's. I'm going to add some perlite to make it more airy and so I could be able to drain better. You don't want the cactus to sit in wet soil for too long. They just need to be able to soak up the water that they need and then the soil to dry out because you don't want them to get rotten. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put the soil in these little cups and try to remove the little babies and see how it goes. But you know what, I recommend that you wear gloves when you do this, and I didn't have any on hand, and I'm really used to getting my hands dirty, and I'm used to handling these cactuses, so I wasn't quite scared or anything like that. So anyhow, but I do recommend, if you haven't worked with cactus before, especially like the tiny little ones have very small thorns, which can get you. But the larger ones, the spines are very large, so I wasn't afraid of that. So like I said, I worked with them before and I was confident in myself. But if it's your first time, please wear gloves and be safe. You can kind of tell here on the bottom of this one, he is a bit yellow, and I'm not sure if it's root rot or dry rot. I'm not really quite sure, but I'm going to give him a chance and put him in this little pot and see how he does. I'm going to update you guys at the end of this video, so it's going to be a 2-week update from the time that I potted them. So make sure you watch till the very end because it's quite interesting. All right, you guys, the last one, he's coming out. Oh my gosh, like I was just a bit nervous for him, but he has a healthy root system. Look at him. So cute, right? And so little. I'm excited for that one. So now I have to take away all of these rocks. There were a ton of rocks in there, and I didn't notice that over time the rocks were just getting lower and lower, and so the soil that was in here is mostly like sand and just what's in nature, like what was in our backyard when we had found her. So I really think that it was a good idea for me to do this and remove all of the rocks, because I'm going to put fresh soil in there for her so she can get nutrients. Look at these guys, they're like twins, conjoined twins here. So we're gonna go ahead and separate these guys and put them in their own little containers too. All right, so these two guys are kind of iffy. I'm not really sure if they are going to make it, because it looks like more than half, or maybe approximately half of their little bodies are like dry rotted. It might look dry rotted, but I wasn't quite sure because their roots looked good. So I'm going to go ahead and pot them up, and I'm going to update you guys because I'm going to check them in 2 weeks, and I will show you exactly how they look like at the end of this video. All right, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of soil for the mother cactus so she can have nutrients and hopefully grow. This is the same soil that I used earlier. It's just Miracle Grow cactus soil, and I'm adding a bit more perlite in there. So I'm going to add some water because she hasn't been watered for a few months, and even though the soil that I just added on top is wet, the soil on the bottom is completely dry. So I'm going to water her down really well so she can absorb all of that new nutrients and water. Alrighty, so now it's time to remove one of the pups. I don't want to remove them all, so I'm going to try one at a time. So I'm going to roll up this little rag. Because I didn't have any leather gloves, I suggest leather gloves for this. And you can use a utility knife that's been disinfected, but I just thought maybe let's try it. If I could maybe just pop it off, maybe it's easy. And it was not bad at all. So I went ahead and popped off that little baby cacti with no trouble at all. Then what you have to do is let him callus over. So I brought him inside and I let him callus over, and it took about 2 days. But look at him, he's just so cute and perfect, right? Hey you guys, so today is day 2 and my cactus that I pulled off of the mother cactus has calloused over very well. It is dry. So what I'm gonna do now is use my potting mix, and it's a cactus mix that I have, and I actually added perlite to it just to make it more airy, but I'm going to go ahead and put him in this clay pot that I got from Lowe's. It was 98 cents. It's 4¼ inches. But first I want to cover up that hole so the sand doesn't go flowing through. So I'm going to use one of my little rocks from my yard. Stick it in there and grab my pre-made potting mix that I made and just stick it in there. This potting mix is already wet, so I'm not gonna worry, like it's really wet actually because we had some rain and it was out in the rain. So I'm just gonna put it in there. Make kind of a little well here. And what is this? What is that? A little flying seed? Okay, so basically I just have a little well and I want to grab my cactus, and maybe I should I think I'm gonna like mound it up a little. I think I'm gonna mound it and then press it down so that it can get inside that center area and start to form roots. So I'm just gonna do like a little mound like that, and because see how my cactus is when it came off, there's like a hole, so I'm gonna just gently press him there, and I'm gonna use something to push him down because I don't want to get hurt. So yeah, let me just do that. Press him there and just make sure. Alright, and then just add a tiny bit more soil on the sides. So he's nestled in there, and just trying to be careful because his spines are like big. They are big. So I think he's super healthy. He's gonna be a big boy. Maybe it's a girl, I don't know. But I think I'm gonna try to find a stick to like press that soil down because it's like so close to my finger. I had a stick here, but hey, when you have kids, then everything goes missing. So it's alright. There we go. Just tapping the soil around the whole pot. Grab a tiny bit more right here and then tap it down. So he should be good just like this. I won't water it right now because the soil is really wet and it's not soggy or anything, but it's like pretty wet, so he's going to be able to draw moisture out of that. And we will check on him in a little while and see how he's doing. There he is. Alright, you guys, here is our little cactus family, the siblings. So, and my daughter put in these succulents here, so she's hoping that they'll sprout for her. They're jelly bean succulents. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Thanks for commenting and liking and sharing. You guys are awesome. Hey you guys, okay, so it has been about 2 weeks and I wanted to update you with the little cactuses that I took out of the pot with the mom. And then also, so it was this one, all these here that were in the pot with the mother, and I didn't know if they were going to make it because some of them looked a little bit iffy. This is the one that I actually pulled off of the mother. He's on the top. She still has a few more pups attached, but I didn't attempt taking those off because I wanted to try this first and see if this guy will survive. And he looks really good, actually, like really green. And yeah, so let me go take you out to see how the mother looks, how she's recovering. I just basically pulled him right off of her, but I think next time when I do that, I'm going to just use a sharp knife that is sterilized and make sure it's a clean cut, because I just don't want anything to happen to her. So I'm going to let you see how her little wound has healed up, but she's doing really good, so let's go check. All right, you guys, here she is, and she's actually having some blooms up here on the top. She has like 6 of them, and these are so beautiful when they open up. They're beautiful and chartreuse, not chartreuse, but it's like a hot pink. It's really pretty. I think I have a picture, so I will insert it here for you guys. So here's her little pups. She still has the pups there, and here's some more pups. And then here is where I took the pup out, but it has closed up and it's calloused over. I mean, you could still see, you know, she doesn't have the spines out of there, so I'm not sure if spines will start growing out. I mean, what are these things called? Spines? I don't know. But anyhow, you guys, yeah. So she's doing really well, and she's growing and growing, and hopefully she will bloom and we can enjoy these. They last for a few weeks, so it's really pretty. Alright, you guys, well, thank you so much again for watching and subscribing. You guys are awesome. I will see you here again. I'm going to be making a few more plant videos coming up, and I hope you guys stick around, and I will see you next week. Bye!